It's 5 o'clock. We're going to call this meeting of the BZA to order. We take roll, please.
Ralph Kaufman.
Here.
Dave Eggers.
Here.
Karen Munson.
Here.
Art Gillespie.
We had the opportunity to see the minutes from May's meeting. Is there any additions, revisions, anything?
I make a motion to approve as stated.
Motion's been made to approve. We'll take a vote. Those in favor of approving those minutes as stated, aye. Aye. Those opposed, nay.
Nay.
They have been approved. Hey,
Hi,
how are you?
Lost track of time.
There are only 3 of us here tonight, 3 voting members. If you have a case and you bring it before us, it has to be unanimous. It has to be all 3 people for you. If not, it will not pass. So given that, if anybody wants to take the opportunity and table theirs until the following month when we have hopefully a full quorum, then we can do that. If not, you're taking your opportunity. So with that being said, we'll start the meeting. First case, please.
First case, BZA 028-24. This is I know I'm going to butcher this. Marilou Martinez is petitioner. We're revisiting this petition because last year they had requested a land use variance at 1072 Brittany Boulevard and wanted to run their party business out of their garage. It was approved with the stipulation that in 18 months they found a commercial spot. They have not found a commercial spot, so they are here to represent why they haven't found a commercial spot and discuss that.
Would you please step forward and say your name, and we'll talk about this, please.
Good afternoon. My name is Marilu Nava Martinez. My business is Michelle Party Rentals, LLC.
Good afternoon. I'm going to be helping my mom today with this. So,
Okay.
So my business is Michelle Party Rentals. I'm here because last year I applied for my business. I'm back with the same purpose. I wasn't able to get a commercial space because my income wasn't very high and I couldn't afford it. I work seasonal mostly in the summer, so it's just one time per year. In fact, I can say that last year there was more work than this year. I also know that there are more businesses like mine in Seymour, so after all, my only option instead of a commercial space is a storage unit. So, and then I have my taxes from our business last year, so if you would like to see them, I have those too as well.
That's not necessary,
Okay.
Okay.
but thank you. Any thoughts or questions?
Of course, I'm going to have both, but, so Mary, so let me try to explain to our side, okay? So we try to keep businesses in retail locations and not in home locations, right? So we do that for a number of reasons, right? Because there's retail places and there's not. So, and the purpose behind giving that 18 months to begin with was give you time to get started and get everything going, and hopefully you reach the level of success enough to be able to do that. Do you think, here's my question, can you see, let's throw a hypothetical. Let me say that we give you another 12 months to do that. Do you think you're going to be able to attain that in another year to get to a point you could do that? To get you a retail place?
Sí.
Yeah.
You think you could?
Yeah.
The last thing we want to do as a board is to squelch the entrepreneurship of anyone, right? We have other businesses similar to yours and even other things that are run out of people's homes. And we try to limit that and keep that small as possible because we want you to have retail locations to do that. So if there's a possibility that she thinks if we gave her another year on the variance, that she could have a retail location by the end of that year, I would be in favor of doing that, giving her another 12 months extension on that to try to build her business at that point.
Is that a motion?
I'm having a conversation
Oh,
with
okay.
my other two board members.
I'm just trying, I'm trying to take notes because Patty's not.
I get it, I understand, I would, but,
Well, let me ask you this. 12 months comes and she's still not in a financial position to do that, then what do we do?
well, then eventually a tough decision has to be made, right?
Yeah.
Eventually that's the case.
I'd like to say, speaking for the board, you guys did it, you all did it properly. You came before us.
That's right.
You knew what you were supposed to do and you did it properly. You're 1 out of 10 that actually does it and trying to do the legal thing and trying to do the right thing. And we appreciate that very much. We really do.
Yes.
And I remember I was here, you know, that's probably why we gave you that year and a half to try to find something. I know you have competition. We've had absolutely no complaints. City Hall has had no complaints at all
Yeah, I
about,
haven't had any complaints
about anything going on out at your house and any business moving in and out, so on and so forth. And we appreciate that. We really do. And we're hoping that you find enough success that perhaps within a year that you might be able to find a retail space. The only thing I ask, if we do this, that when we're coming up on that year, when we're coming up on July of next year in 27, if you are not seeing yourself going to be able to do that, come to us instead of us having to come to you. Say, you know, if May, June, you're not in a place yet, and you can look at you can look at what you're billing and look at what your parties are in the future and say, we got no place to go. Come to us first instead of us having to come to you. That's the only thing I ask. That, you know, that's a goodwill thing between us and you all. And we hope nothing but for success for you all.
Yes, we want you to be successful. We absolutely want you to be successful.
And again, the city, we all appreciate you doing it the right way when you came to us last year. That's because you're 1 out of 10, I'm sure, if not worse.
Oh, yeah.
So with that, do we actually need to take a vote?
I think so.
Okay. With that, I'll make a motion to approve what Dave has suggested, that we give him another 12 months on this thing to, hopefully you can find some success to be able to get yourself out of your garage. But if not, I want you all to come back before, okay?
Okay.
And say, you know, hopefully you can say, hey, we're opening up on Second Street or Chestnut or whatever. And if not, go, hey, it just don't look like we're going to be able to make it. And then we'll just have to revisit it then. But I make the motion to approve. It has been approved 3-0.
Okay.
Thank you.
So you have
Till July 2027.
July of 27 and watch yourselves and if it's going to be good, good for you. But if it's not, you know,
Okay.
come back up here and talk to Patty and Jeremy and
Okay.
say, hey, it doesn't look like we're going to be able to do this.
Okay.
All righty?
All right.
Okay.
Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you both.
Good luck,
Bye.
you all.
Okay, next order of business is BZA 09-26, Darlene Barrett's petitioner. Petitioner's requesting a variance at 700 North Elm.
You don't have to stay if you don't want to. You go ahead.
Thank
Go.
you.
Thank
She,
you.
she wants to put up a fence on the parcel of 727 North Elm. She's on a corner lot, but it's restricted.
Please approach and tell us your name and
My
give
name
us
is
a
Darlene.
short synopsis of what you want to do.
Okay, my name is Darlene Barrett, and I want to put a 6-foot fence up on my property. I have 2 grandsons that are going to be 7 pretty soon. One of them is autistic and he is an eloper. So in order to let him be outside, I have to have a way to keep him in. So
Okay. Now, do we know exactly where that fence is going to be, or is that what we're here to establish?
we know where the fence is going to be. It should be there, marked there in
Yeah.
the picture.
Now, she can't go any further forward or east than, what, halfway up her house?
The fence is going to be 6 foot, probably a little over 6 foot from Elm Street.
Right.
And then I don't know how far it's going to be from 8th Street, but there's going to be plenty of walkway there.
Right.
She wants to go to the property line there off of, is that 8th Street
Yes.
there? That used to be parking lot for Girl Block.
Yeah.
I think you tore out the park
Yes, I tore out the parking lot.
where that was, so. And that's the reason for the variance is to park there on 8th Street.
Right.
And we don't need to park on 8th Street. We have more parking
Right,
behind.
you've just done away with that, and that's kind of
Right.
like yard now.
Right, correct.
But the fence would actually be on 8th Street,
It would be on 8th and Elm.
on the Elm.
Yeah. There on the corner.
And would this be a privacy fence?
Yes.
Okay.
What, so I totally get it. I do understand. The concern I would have is that we not block the view from that intersection of 8th and Elm.
There is it wouldn't be blocked at all.
Okay.
Because right where the parking lot came up, and it's not even as far as the parking lot was there at Curl Block, it comes back a little ways and then goes toward the house. It doesn't go up to the corner at all. So I don't see any problem there.
I see what you're saying though, Dave, coming up within 30 or 40 feet of Elm, you're not going to be able to see to your right,
Yeah, but it stops
right
Yeah,
there.
it stops right here.
Stops right there.
Right there.
So this is where you're gonna be, stop bar looking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, again, is that line right there, is that established by how long her house, how deep her house
No,
is?
that's approximately property line, I
Yeah.
think. That's that
This
GIS
No.
stuff.
No, I think this is where she wanted it.
Yeah, I got you.
And that's an approximate, like Dave said, the property line through here.
Right. Now,
But yeah, it won't block here because
yeah, because
you
it's
stop
stopping right
up here
there.
and look around.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, does she have to be a certain distance, actually, the property line's up against the street, but does she have to be off the
I think
street?
that's the corner. She's got 20 foot on each side or something.
No, I mean,
Right.
as far as this distance.
It can go right on property line,
It can
fences
go-
can.
Okay, okay. Even if it's up against the street.
Well, I mean, she's not gonna put it out there where it's got concrete, but she's
Right.
gonna put it back.
There will be a walkway on the outside of
Yeah.
the
Okay,
fence.
like wide enough to mow or,
Yes.
okay. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. Anybody else to speak in favor of? Okay, thanks. Anybody against or opposed? Without seeing any, I would take a motion.
I'll make a motion.
Motion's been made, I will second it. It has been approved, 3-0.
It has good.
You're good.
Thank you so much for your
Yeah.
time.
Now, will she need to come up and do anything? with
Yeah,
you
you'll
guys?
just have to come up and get a permit from us. Not
Okay.
tonight.
Not right now?
Yeah,
Okay.
tomorrow or the next day.
Okay.
$25 for a fence permit, so.
Okay.
Thank you.
very much.
That's a bargain.
Thank you, ladies. Have a nice evening.
Thank you.
All right.
Next case, if you would, please.
Next case is BZA 010-26, John Guffey's petitioner. Petitioner's requested a variance at 318 Carter Boulevard, wants to add a 20 by 18 garage onto the back of his house. He needs a variance from the 20-foot rear yard setback. That looks like it'll be about 4.5 feet. A side yard setback of the property as well.
State your name and your case, if you would, please.
Hello, my name's John Guffey. I live at 318 Carter Boulevard, and I'm looking to build a garage addition onto my existing garage at the rear of the property. And that would be pretty close up against the alley to the property line, and then, like Jeremy said, about 4.5 feet from the side offset.
Yeah, I might have misspoke there. It's 4.5 feet he's needing to vary for the side yard, and he's gonna be pretty much on the line on the rear setback, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, my hobby is that I work on cars. I've lived in that house since 2001, and it has a very small garage attached to the back of it, and so my options are either to try to get approval to build something there that will allow me to work and do what I like to do, or look at moving out of the neighborhood to try to find something else. Right now, I think the cost efficient thing for me to do is to add on. I think I can add on and be much less investment than trying to look for another house that has something already built. So I made some CAD models there that you guys are looking at. That's just kind of the concept of what I'm looking to do is just maintain the roof line of the existing garage, but elevate it up so that I can have a drive-on lift in there, so I can put one car underneath another for my old cars in that area, and then my wife will finally get a place to park her car inside after 25 years.
So that addition, that would be wide enough to go too wide?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is that right? Okay.
Jeremy, is there currently any existing variances on this property?
I can't recall. Do you recall? I didn't look that up.
I think that there is, when I added on the upstairs to this property to continue the wall on the north side from the garage up the side of the house, I think that I was within or right at 5 feet to the property line on that side because where the garage was situated. So I think that I had a variance at that time, 2006.
2006, okay.
On the north side, you say?
North side, yeah.
Okay.
So this would be east and to the south.
Yeah.
I should mention, we did have you had a letter in here
Yeah,
from one of the neighbors.
which they have concern with the drainage.
There is a concern existing with the drainage, but I was going to try to remedy that with this project. I'd contacted the Department of Public Works because myself and my neighbor currently have an existing drainage problem where the property line on the north side between us is kind of the lowest point of the block there, and so all the rainwater that comes down from the paved alley collects behind my house and his house, and it fills up and runs into his garage that's to the north of me. So the water that would be going where this garage goes currently runs into a finger system that puts it out underneath the yard. And whatever goes over there will still be what goes over there, but with adding this structure there, I was going to put a drive-over grate in front of the garage to collect the water coming from the alley, and then take it to the north side of the garage where the water for his house and my house gathers, bury a cistern tank, and run a finger out towards the street. The DPW said that in maybe 2 years they will have budget that they could connect that finger that I run to the storm sewer on Carter Boulevard.
But they liked your idea.
That was basically what I said there was what they suggested would be to bury a concrete thing right there at the alley where the water gathers, and then run it out to Carter Boulevard. But they're 2-3 years out on planning
Budget.
to be able to do that. So I think since the ground there between our two houses is lowest, I think that I can put a perforated pipe underneath there so that what comes out of that cistern would be put out into the ground, and then if they decide to connect to Carter Boulevard in the future, then we can do that.
Now, where are you talking about putting that tank at? Are you talking about to the north of you, so that would be on your neighbor's property?
Yeah, right, basically the property line splits. I don't know if it shows on there, but he has a garage and then the north side of my house,
Yes.
and the property line runs right through that grass area.
You
So
come up here and show us.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of room right there, is there?
no, there's not, but I'm like talking maybe a 55-gallon tank.
Yeah,
So
this is you. This is
Yeah.
your,
So the property line comes right through here. Actually, this is a little bit off. There's a fence that comes right through here, and that's where the property line follows. So I've got about 5 feet here, and then he's got about 3 feet to the side of his garage. So I figure if we bury something right here, because the water that he gets gathered comes and
well,
fills
you
up
can
right
see,
here.
you can see where it's dirty right there, and I
Yeah.
know that's where,
Yeah, and so it fills up his garage on this side. And so I think that if we catch water here and then put it out in between the 2 yards here on the property line, I think that we can dissipate the water. But this really won't change that, because what the water that comes here, I'm already dealing with.
but you were talking about putting a grate right here someplace,
Yes. So I would
and then it would
put a
flow.
grate here and push that water underneath there to that cistern, and then also collect his water and my water that gathers here and try to dissipate it, to try to help the situation between him and I. Because we've talked, before I contacted DPW about the water issue, I talked to him about it, and I also gave his information to DPW because he has the more severe consequence of the water gathering in the alley than I do, because it doesn't necessarily fill up my garage.
Anything else? Any questions?
Well, it looks like in the letter they were also concerned about parking.
Yeah.
There's a lot of cars everywhere now, and they were concerned that that's gonna will that make it worse then for parking issues?
It really won't change it, because my wife already parks in the spot where she would be now. There's nothing parked where the other half of the garage would be, but there could be right now, but there's not. But, I mean, I have 3 children and a company work vehicle, and then people across the street have got several cars, so sometimes it's busy, but this is more just, because I have old cars that I work on, and right now I have the car that I'm working on in the tiny garage, and then trying to work on it around it, and I'm gonna trip and kill myself around that area in there.
Any other questions or comments?
I think it's a lot of square foot under roof. I just think it's a lot. I mean, there's not, so I get the drainage thing, and I don't know that any of that's gonna change no matter what you do. It's just bad. Technically, that would need to be built up extensively. A 50 gallon drum ain't gonna, we get one of them rains like we did last night, you know how that's gonna fill up in about 10 seconds. So that. I don't know. I'm not a drainage aficionado by any stretch of the imagination, but,
Well, in lieu of, I mean, the city coming in and doing something major there, like running a whole pipe all the way out to Carter Boulevard to access the
City.
the storm drains, I mean, nothing's gonna fix that.
I don't have any questions other than, like I said, you got a letter here from the neighbor, had a couple other neighbors call and just, they were worried about parking. If he fills that up with garage, will there be more cars on the street?
No, there's no more
Okay.
cars on the street, cause nothing that would go there would go out to the street.
Okay.
After this was there.
Those were the concerns that people had for me.
Hopefully one of these days, some of my kids will move out and they can take the cars with them. They're not all mine.
Anything else from anybody? Without, anybody want to make a motion?
yeah, I'll make a motion to approve.
Okay. Should we, excuse me, but should we put something in there about the drainage thing has to be a done deal?
If you'd like to make that a stipulation to your variance, that you can absolutely do that.
I think we kind of ought to do that, shouldn't we?
Okay.
What do we mean by done deal? Cause am I at the mercy of the DPW to
Well,
do
no, not,
something?
just follow through with what you say you're
Oh,
going
okay.
to.
Okay.
Yeah, because, Department of Public Works, you know, hopefully they can, you know, put this in their, their forward plans.
Yeah,
To
okay,
do this.
That's fine, yeah.
But I'm hoping if we allow this, then you're obviously going to some expense here, that you'll go to the extra expense to try to keep that thing from turning into a dirty swamp back there.
Yeah, I won't make it any worse than it already is.
Well, yeah.
And hopefully I can make it
Yeah,
better.
making it better is
Yeah.
the thing we want to hear. That's what we want to hear.
Yeah.
Okay. Motion's been made. Karen?
I'll second.
She seconded it. We will vote.
Two to one, so it has.
2-1, so it didn't pass.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Does it take three to do anything? When he says doesn't pass, it takes three to make any
It'll,
decision, right?
so,
It's-
we just kind of went through this with
That's what I
council.
thought, that's why I want you to explain why.
To have a final decision, you have like a threshold of votes that you need to approve or deny either way. And this technically didn't meet that threshold.
So I think probably what should happen is you didn't really make a decision and that you come back the next month when we have more,
Yeah,
because if you really didn't deny it, you didn't approve
right,
it.
it's kind of in vote purgatory, so to speak, and if somebody brings a motion to renew this next month, you can revisit it. And Jeremy, you've been in this realm a lot longer than I have, so I also value your opinion, is that you can tell me I'm wrong, I'm fine with that.
No,
but
I think,
that was my understanding of the rules as they're written.
I think it takes three to get any decision.
Okay.
You didn't get three. So what we've done in the past, and you may have a different opinion than I do, is that it needs to come back because we didn't make any
Okay.
decision tonight.
Okay, that was my understanding of the rules, so I guess,
So it probably ought to be, have Patty put it back on the agenda for next month and hopefully we got more
Okay. That needs board approval to revisit that though?
Probably.
Yeah, motion to renew is the terminology that I would
Right.
use.
Okay.
Because it's not been tabled and it's not been
Right. It just, we didn't,
rejected outright,
we just really didn't take an action, so.
yeah.
Okay, I'll make a motion to renew for next month then.
Okay.
Somebody second it for me, please. Karen did. Okay,
All right, thank you very much.
thank you.
So we'll get a hold of you,
Okay.
but you'll probably be on next month's agenda.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Trying to get these notes down.
You
so
bet.
Bear with me. Rob, you made that motion.
I did, and Karen seconded.
All right, last thing on the agenda, BZA 011-26, Toby Calhoun is the petitioner. Petitioner is requesting a variance at 801 North Pine Street. He's wanting to replace 2 sheds with a 30 by 36 building. He's wanting to vary from the 3.8 feet setback to be a 2 feet setback on the north side and 1 foot on the south side. He wants to vary from the required 20-foot rear setback to be 3 feet.
Would you approach with your name and your case, please?
Hello, Toby Calhoun, 801 North Pine Street, Seymour. Just making the request to put a building there. I've currently got 2 sheds there, and I want to put just a regular barn, a regular building, instead of having 2 sheds. Tear those sheds down, or one I'll sell. It's a good shed. The other one it's probably not worth keeping. But yeah, I would just like to move closer. The variance is requested to move it closer to the property line of my neighbor. It neighbors her, borders her on 2 sides, Miss Wagner. So I spoke with her already about this, getting her thoughts on it, and she was fine with it. So
We didn't have any
process here.
correspondence from her, did we?
No.
Okay.
Nope, no complaints on this one.
Yeah, I mean, I sent the letters and everything out, but I caught her outside one day and told her what my plans were. So
Yeah.
Now, rear setback, would that be on the west side of your property?
yes, that would be on the west side.
Well, so you're already there anyway.
I would be moving with the sheds that are there now. I'm about 6 feet away.
Yeah,
With this, I would be moving about 3.8, a couple more feet closer to that fence.
okay.
I just wanted enough space there to get a lawnmower through there. So.
Well, so should he have been 20 feet with those sheds already?
Yes.
He should have been 20 feet with the sheds?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I came with that because the sheds were portable sheds. They weren't on a permanent foundation or anything.
It's still, you should have,
I think I'm sorry, but
even though they're portable, they still have to meet a setback. They're just not considered a permanent structure. So,
Okay. And so those are both going away, and you're going east to west 30 or 36? Or where's your 36? Is that north and south or east or west?
east and west.
East
yeah,
and west.
Yeah, I would be moving.
You wouldn't be coming any closer to the alley, right? Because that one shed.
No, I'm actually going further away from the alley. So
I
the
was gonna
shed
say
that's
that
there
one
right
shed's
now.
right up there on the alley.
Yeah,
right?
it goes right up to the alley, or well, a couple feet back from it, but from the original fence that was there. So that shed is sitting within an old fence line, but I'm actually going to be moving back to where the current fence is at, so about a foot outside of that fence.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That is a parking area there for my food trailer. That's where we keep that parked at. This would basically just move that shed back where that was out of the way.
Okay.
I don't have to.
More questions and comments from anyone, please? Nothing?
Oh, I thought you had a question.
No,
I
no,
was
no,
waiting on your
no,
question.
I'm opening it up for everybody.
Okay, Toad, here's all my concerns. I'm just gonna spit them all at you. What's going in this building? What are you doing here?
It'll be a bit of a hobby building.
Okay.
So storage, things like that. That's the stuff that's in the shed now. Outdoor equipment, stuff like that. It allows me a little more space than what the two sheds do. It looks a lot nicer to put a building in there. And that was kind of the thing. I mean, we've been there for a while. We don't plan on moving. We don't want to build anywhere else. So this is just allows me a more permanent setup in a hobby area.
You got a lot in a little area.
I do.
You got a lot in a little area.
Yeah.
And a little bit in your defense, that is an odd setup all the way around. You're kind of facing an alley and side to the street that's kind of not a street, but it is a street. It's just an odd setup. And
Oh,
so
I agree.
I would tell you if it wasn't for your odd setup, I don't know if you'd gotten this far because it's different. Your sheds are there. I drove up there and seen all that too. So right behind your shed that basically sits almost on the alley, there's a fence post right behind that. Is that the old fence? You're saying there's a new fence line behind that too?
That was the original fence that was there. I just left the post because
Okay.
I wanted to make sure I didn't push anything past it.
Okay, all right.
So, and that should come up even with Miss Wagner's fence. She's got the wire fence that goes through there. So that, I was using that as the line
Okay.
when we first moved in there.
What are you building this out of? What's it gonna be?
It'll be metal, I guess. I have
Like a wood frame structure
wood
with
frame
metal
structure with
siding,
metal
that
roof.
kind
So
of
it's
thing.
gonna be
Have a
stick
bit of an
building with
overhang.
metal on the side.
Correct. And it'll have a bit of an overhang that kind of goes out to our pool. So the roof will be a little bit larger than the building structure itself by about 6 feet.
It's gonna be like a pole
Yeah.
building style.
And will you exceed the height of your house with the eave of this building?
No. It'll be 10 feet or so.
Yeah, I think we discussed that. It had to be subordinate with your house. It had to be smaller than square foot, which is.
What a weird property.
It is. It is. I would much rather have something else.
Remember, we're
but,
going to use weird, we're going to use unique.
I mean, and we're running
And we
a
talked about
commissary
what's
out of
gonna
it
be
too.
unique.
So.
It's been a long time since I've been down that street, and I was wondering, I asked Jeremy who was in the Pretty Brick House, and I've known the Wagners all my life, and I didn't know Miss Wagner was.
Yeah.
I've known all those Wagner boys, all of them.
Yeah, it is weird, and we don't have a lot of grass. It looks very industrial, which I think it was.
It was family property, right? Was it Tiffany's one?
Yeah,
Grandma's house?
yeah. But we make it work, and
Yeah.
Roger Day live there at one time?
yeah, we actually got it from Roger.
That's
So
what-
Roger and Tiffany's mom
Yeah.
had it together, and we purchased it from them.
Okay, well, I'm going to put out what I think, okay? This is just me being me. We all know me.
Please do, Dave.
To be honest with you, I know you. I'm gonna stick my guns. You got a lot of this property. Typically, if this was about anywhere else in this town, I would be a fierce no vote. I don't like covering up grass. I voted no for Mr. Guffey. Because I think part of his problem and part of that drainage problem is he has no grass to absorb any water.
Mm-hmm.
And all that's channeled right down and then goes everywhere. So when we look at things, we try not to have as much of your property under roof as we can. We try to keep those green spaces for obvious reasons, right? In your particular instance, you live in an alley. I mean, that's where we're at, right? I know from your standpoint, I don't believe it's something you're going to move out of anytime soon. I think it's a building, and since you didn't, I was afraid you were going to run stuff in and out of there or kind of have an accent for your truck or something coming out of that, but if you're just using it for storage, if this is all this is gonna be, and maybe affiliation to a pool house or something like that, I don't have near as much problem with it. Maybe that's how I need to put it. It's still not one of my favorite things, but we do, for lack of better terms, necessary evil sometimes, I guess, if that's the terminology. I don't know
Yeah.
if that's the right terminology or not,
I
but.
can work with what you got.
So I guess in that aspect, and you have that already in those sheds, although you should have gotten a variance for that, there's not a penalty for not doing that, okay? We're not in that mode. My biggest concern is going to be how close to the property line you are with the building. 1 foot on the south side is extremely close to a property line. And that causes problems moving forward if we're too close to a property line. So I try to stay at least 3 foot from a property line when I look to vote on something or I'm evaluating something. And yours, once again, is unique because on the other side of your fence line, you have nothing but grass, which belongs to Miss Wagner, I believe that was the name. I'm arguing with myself while we're doing this, just to stick with me.
I understand.
You might actually you might be successful with my arguing with myself. So those are my concerns, Mr. President, as far as that goes. I think this might be one that I would be in favor of giving those setbacks since the criteria is a little more lax than in a normal situation or a normal neighborhood. This is not a normal piece of property. So, yeah, so in that case, I'll go ahead and make a motion to approve. I think we're,
Let me have one more question.
okay.
Where that, the nice shed is up against the alley there, where would the building start in comparison to that south end of that? Would it be the same, in the same spot where the edge of that,
On the south side of the building? Or,
or
You
the
come
south?
up here and show him. It's easier if you point it out.
I think it looks like it's that 4x30 concrete.
You've got this one here, this is the alley. And if
Correct.
you're starting your building, where are you starting it compared to where that is right
so
there?
that's gonna be, this is coming back, and it'll be about 1 foot on the other side of this white fence. So it's actually going to be further back from the alley.
Oh, okay. So are you just gonna extend your concrete here then?
Correct.
But your building is not starting until you hit that fence.
It'll be, like I said, 1 foot outside the fence. One of the things there would be a little more concrete just outside of that.
I got you.
There'll be a garage door there.
Oh, okay,
So-
so you'll access
Yeah, I'll
from
have
that alley.
access from there. Now, we're not gonna be, it just makes sense to put access there.
Sure,
You know, otherwise
sure.
I've just got a door on that east
Because as of
side.
right now, you don't have access to that.
Right.
To that.
So, and that's, I understand your concern with that. That's, you know, if I had a space to run stuff in and out for the food truck, I wouldn't need to build this. I don't have a garage because we converted that garage into the commissary. So that's where we work out of when we're refilling the food truck and stuff like that. So this is just gets me out of that garage and gives me a space to do things. So I lost all my hobbies when I opened a business. So.
Trust me, brother, I know about that.
So you made a motion?
I'll stick with my motion to approve.
Okay, and Karen has seconded it, so we'll vote please. Has been approved, 3-0. You're good.
Okay. Y'all need anything else from me? Need to get a
Just need
permit.
to come see us when it's time to come get a permit for it when you're ready to start. We need a,
Thanks for doing the right
we
thing.
need a drawing again of where it's going and a little better drawing than what we had, so.
Understand.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And like Dave said, thank you for doing the right thing.
Yeah, try to.
Appreciate you coming up here. Anything new or old from anybody?
I don't have anything.
Where are we at on getting a new member?
I'll have to talk to the mayor. It's his appointment, so. I don't think we've had any luck, just to be honest with you. I know he's asked, I haven't had any luck with finding someone.
I'm gonna say this,
Harder and harder to find people.
since we're open venue,
Yeah, go ahead, Dave.
what is the status? There's a building on Second
We need to
Street.
shut that off. I'm still online.
No, we should probably keep this on,
Yeah.
on minute, yeah.
Down by the other side of Sandy's Dry Cleaners, that building that sits next to the vacant lot by Farrow and Thompson.
Yeah,
Green and white tile front.
They're making
Uh-huh.
some, they're working
What
on
the
it, aren't they?
status of that is?
they're supposed to be working on it. That's all I can remember. I don't know if it's not,
It's in
have
that
it stopped or
There were some squatters for a while.
I was in that building yesterday.
pretty bad. Need to revisit.
Are
Yes,
there still
Okay.
people living there?
I'll give it to him.
You didn't see anybody,
I did not, but it's atrocious.
and it's.
We have open windows everywhere. We have rotted everything.
Yeah.
They've tried to so that front they built onto was a reinforcement because the bricks falling down. And they built this. Anyway, it's gonna be a problem if it isn't already.
Is it unsecured again? I thought that at
It's,
some point.
they have doors on it
Okay,
I'll
and
check it.
those are technically lockable now.
okay,
So I know that I don't feel like there's anyone in the building as it is,
okay.
but it wouldn't take much because you could get through a window about anywhere. It just, I was very shocked, let me put it that way.
I think
Does that
there's
make
a rear
sense?
access too, isn't there?
There is a
On
rear
off the
access.
alley.
The bottom line, if someone does get in there, they will get hurt. There's no ands, ifs, or buts. It's not, I thought maybe there was something salvageable in it, and I'm pretty good at that, and I didn't see anything
You're
salvageable
pretty
in there.
optimistic, and there's no.
We'll revisit it.
Okay, that's
Duly
all.
noted.
That's all I'm asking. I just seen it, and that's our duty as board members to bring that to your attention, so.
And I just want to say thank you for that, Dave. Thank you for you and Karen being here, and I'm appreciative of the board and Jeremy and Patty and Christina here, and I just want to tell you, everybody, thanks.
Thank you, same to you.
Patty,
Yes, absolutely,
Patty does
Rob.
an awful good job, and I appreciate everybody. We don't all get to show up all at the same time sometimes, but we all have lives too. But please know that
We'll pass it on.
I appreciate you all.
Absolutely.